Hi there, welcome to my channel. This is Learning English with Ma'am Tinz. If you're new to my channel and you want to learn about grade 10 English lessons, please click subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell button to keep you updated with my new videos. It is normal for any person to have an opinion or a stand on issues happening around him or her. These issues may vary from usual concerns within groups or a community to matters that may largely affect a country or society. Behind someone's opinion or stand on issues that affect him or her are reasons or explanations for whichever side he or she takes. There are times when a person is compelled to provide these explanations to support his or her claims or ideas. In this lesson, you will learn how to put your opinions into writing. This part of the module focuses on deeply understanding the concept of argumentation. For our topic today, we'll be discussing about argumentation. Based from the most essential learning competency, identify key structural elements of argumentative texts. Welcome to my class, Grade 10. Before we start with the discussion, let's prepare the following: pen and paper, self-learning modules, motivation, and hard to learn. So, are you ready to learn? Let's have the learning objectives. Number 1, identify the key elements and language features of argumentative texts. Number 2, write your own argumentative essay based on given guideposts. So, what is argumentative writing? How this game works? Argumentative writing is sometimes called persuasive writing because it seeks to convince readers to support a stand on a certain issue. It also requires the writer to examine a topic or issue which involves the collection, generation, and evaluation of exhibits and/or evidences. It further emphasizes the writer's agreement or disagreement on particular proposition. So proposition is very essential in argumentative writing because it serves as the point of reference of the argumentative writer. It is where the writer decides whether to express his or her agreement or disagreement. In doing so, it is necessary that he or she gathers information and/or evidences that would support his or her stand. So one of the most common forms of argumentative writing is an argumentative essay. An argumentative essay is an essay that presents a stand or a rationale on a given proposition or issue. In this essay, the main argument presented is elaborated and explained through the presentation of its pros and cons. The main objective of an argumentative essay is to convince or persuade the reader into considering your stand or argument on an issue. What are these key structural elements of argumentative writing? How are we going to start writing an argumentative essay? So the basic components of an argument include claim, reasons behind this claim, and evidences to support this specific claim. The pattern of idea development in argumentative writing may vary from one writer to another. The structure of developing an argumentative essay largely depends on how a writer intends to present his or her main argument and how he or she wishes to develop the main idea presented by backing it up with supporting details or evidences. As an essay is usually made up of an introduction, a body, and a conclusion, argumentative essays may use a pattern or structure that conforms to how a writer intends to present and further establish a point. So how are we going to present ideas in an argumentative essay? We have 3 patterns which we can use. In pattern A, the thesis statement about the issue is presented in the topic sentence. So that is number 1. It is followed by the first set of prose or supporting ideas relative to the thesis statement. Then, on number 3, the second set of prose or supporting ideas is also presented to further support and strengthen the claim regarding the thesis statement. It is followed by the presentation of the cons, or these are the counter-arguments and refutations. Lastly, on number 5, a conclusion that summarizes the ideas presented in the essay and highlights the benefits of the thesis statement is presented to the readers. Meanwhile, in pattern B, it is almost similar to the first one. So, number 1 is thesis statement. The only difference is that it presents the cons or the opposing ideas and refutations first before building up the thesis statement using the prose or the supporting ideas. So we have number 2, cons plus refutations, and then followed by the first set of prose under number 3, and then under number 4, second set of prose, and of course, the last would be the conclusion. How about in pattern C? So finally, in the last pattern, it presents the simplest flow of arguments, starting with a presentation of the thesis statement, which is under number 1. Then, this is the difference from pattern A and pattern B. On the second, we have first cons plus refutations. Number 3, we have second cons plus refutations. Number 4, we have third cons plus refutations. So, in short, the 3 sets of cons or opposing ideas of the issue, together with their corresponding refutations, are provided after the thesis statement. So, not a single pro or supporting idea is given in this pattern. So, this means that the conclusion needs to focus on justifying the refutations, the first, second, third cons or refutations, to fully support the claim. So that is pattern C. Like in other forms of writing, the use of language, particularly the choice of words to be used, is an essential consideration in writing an argumentation. Since these writing focuses on proving the worth of an argument or idea, there is a need to choose words that will contribute to the main purpose of the writing. So we are now talking about the language features of an argumentative text. Example, the use of grammatical structures, which are modals, adverbs, evaluative language, and transitions. The first one is modals. So the use of modal verbs like should and must to express suggestion and obligation, respectively, contributes to the achievement of sentences that provide support to the main argument. So example, the public should consider wearing face shields as additional protection against COVID-19 infection. And then the other example, every Filipino must conserve water, energy, and other natural resources. So that falls under modals, rather. The next one is adverbs. So the use of adverbs, like the ones listed below, or also contributes to the attainment of the author's purpose for writing. So these linguistic particles help indicate the mood or attitude of the writer with respect to the ideas being presented. So we have the examples like usually, probably, necessarily, actually, apparently, certainly, definitely, essentially, in fact, possibly, inarguably. The next language feature is evaluative language. So the use of this is usually in the form of adjectives. So it reflects the writer's attitude towards a certain idea. These words express feelings, opinions, or judgments on what they are describing. So evaluative words, including the ones listed here, can have positive or negative effect on idea. So what are these examples? We have appalling, awful, disgusting, dreadful, horrendous, incredible, revolting, ridiculous, shocking, terrible, wonderful. And we have transitions. So the use of appropriate transitional devices plays a great part in maintaining the smooth flow of ideas in an argumentative text. Depending on the need to bridge one idea to the others, these words, also known as connectives, help achieve coherence in writing. Through these words, the danger of the essay sounding like a group of disjointed opinions can be avoided. So some of the transition examples we have because, therefore, on the other hand, as a result, in summary, consequently, similarly, in contrast, meanwhile, furthermore. Aside from those mentioned, we have the use of these linguistic elements such as declarative statements, rhetorical questions, and passive construction. These may also help in writing compelling argumentative texts. So that's it for today. Thank you for listening. Until our next lesson, this is Ma'am Tinz. Please like and subscribe on my channel. Happy learning, everyone!